those. Alright, I need 2 cups of pancake mix. Gonna be 2 cups of pancake mix. That bag. A little bit more. I always make a mess. Every time. Sorry, it's kind of not being very stable here this morning. I was making some apple cinnamon pancakes this morning. The brand of pancakes that I'm using is called New Hope Mills. It's from our local country store, and you could smell it as soon as you opened it up. You could smell the cinnamon in it. But I don't normally make them from scratch like this, and thought it would be kind of fun. So I'm just now, I'm going to put some turkey sausage in. Kind of getting a late start this morning, but that's all right. We'll have breakfast for lunch. But I just put the mix in, and then I put 1.5 cups of water into it. And then it said I need to put 1 egg. My dogs go crazy. I know they hear an egg crack. It said 2 tablespoons of butter, melted butter. So I'm gonna do that real quick. I don't need this big glass, but I like butter, so if it goes over a little, that's fine. So I'm just going to pop that in just a quick second here. Oops. I hope I warmed up my pan here. Alright, get those started. Warm that up. Whoops. I didn't take my little cover out. my word, it just exploded everywhere because I didn't take that cover out. Oh, all right, well, that's not good. I've never had that happen before, and I just cleaned the microwave yesterday. Well, I guess if you want to keep it real, I just totally kept it real. Oh my word. I cannot believe that just happened. That's alright, because the other day, for some reason, in the middle of my live, the smoke detector went off. So that was wonderful, too. You don't have to do this, but I just thought I would just add just a spoonful, small spoonful of apple in it. Maybe just a little bit more. How much? I mean, it already has it in there enough. Use that all up. I was surprised how much I could get out of that bag. I really thought the 2 cups was going to take the whole bag, but I probably have enough for another cup or 2. I try to make a bunch ahead and then I freeze them. And then it saves on running my electricity so much. I just want to mix that up good. Lost a little bit of the butter, but I think it'll be fine. All right. I'm going to use this as my scoop here. One thing I hate about this, it heats more the center than it does the outer ones. I can't believe I did that with the butter. All right. Now with some sausage and some eggs. You want some eggs this morning? You like eggs, don't you? You like eggies, don't you? Mmm. Their eyes light up. You call them eggies. Maybe, wasn't saying non eggies this morning, but maybe we will. Whenever I make eggs, I make enough for them and enough for me. So that's why it looks like a lot of eggs, because I make some up for them too. Mine I will put in like onion and such, and theirs I obviously do separately. On my knife here. I was getting a spatula, so I was doing. I'd lose my brain. It wasn't I don't have all fancy matching pieces here. Oh, that looks good. Nice and golden. Kind of fell apart a little bit on that one. That's all right. Got that. Don't need this anymore. That. I had made up a bunch of muffins to donate, so that's why my mixer is here on the counter. I don't normally have it over here. But I ended up buying a ton of blueberry. Eggies this morning? Mm-hmm. Not yet. Oh, shoot. You know what? Yours I should have. I guess it doesn't matter. Because yours I gotta put in the microwave. Got some eggs this morning. Can't forget the little four-legged ones, right? That's why I do theirs separately. I put theirs in the microwave. And then I use the pan for mine. That way there's no residue of any onion or anything. This is like their favorite. They come running. Splattered butter everywhere. I gotta get that cleaned up. Just cleaned up for you yesterday. Oh, these are done. These are done. The next one's in. All around sausages, turkey sausage, healthy sausage, turkey sausage. Whoa. Only me, I swear it. I made up a bunch to freeze, so I use less propane over time and electricity doing it ahead. So, you know, some days you might not feel like cooking and you just throw them in the microwave. And my pan doesn't make very big ones. My sausage there, get that going. Alright. I just need a splash of milk. I don't usually cook breakfast this late. So we'll have breakfast for lunch, right? Nothing wrong with that, right? How's this coming? This one's mine. I made up like 30 muffins to volunteer yesterday, and I should have called ahead first, or I should say Saturday. I should have called ahead first, and I had a feeling they weren't going to accept them. I understand. It's like, glad I only made like 30 of them because I ran out of butter. I thought I had more butter. I like the taste of onion, but not too overpowering either. So I just put them in a baggie. Onion. Ooh. Doggies can't have onion. No. So that, yeah. So I got, if you're just joining, I got some apple cinnamon pancakes, and I put in a cup and a half of water and 1 egg, and this is a mix that I used. You can smell the aroma as soon as you opened it. It's called New Hope Mills Apple Cinnamon Mix. I got this at our local country store, and I did add just a tiny spoonful of applesauce. not taking long for these to cook, that's for sure. I think my sausage is probably pretty done. I can take that out. Oh, also added butter too, melted butter. I'm gonna take that off, let that cool a minute. But I have some yummy sausage. That over there, I'll have to cover that so that stays warm. Maybe a little bit more onion. But I try to make them ahead so that Not too much onion in there. This makes me want to make Westons. I used to love those growing up. All those like one of my favorites. Those Westons. Adding the egg and add some ham in there. Oh, that sounds good. Thank you for joining me this morning. It's kind of a late morning doing this. I'm on the East Coast, so it's almost lunchtime here. I'm gonna do another little smidgen. I don't usually put this much in, it's just me. Oops. I get talking, not paying attention. Those are done. They smell good. That's cinnamon. You could also use milk too if you didn't want to use the water. Those ones are a little bit big. So I'll make it a little bit smaller this time. I wish I had one of those little round molds that would make it like a perfect little circle, but let's cut it up into smaller pieces. One piece there. Might throw one more egg in there just for good measure. Just for good measure, I might throw one more egg in there. I have enough eggs, that's for sure. And I have apple cinnamon pancakes this morning. Yum, huh? All right. Hopefully that cooled off a little. Let's throw just a smidge of butter on it. More than a smidge, but I like butter. Should cover my pancakes up here. Alrighty. Buttery egg this morning. I should have wiped that out. I should have used sausage. Done the sausage after the eggs, probably. Alright. Put the eggies right in there. We're almost ready. like our pancakes need to be flipped. Apple cinnamon pancakes this morning from scratch. Make a bunch of head. So I use this pancake mix called New Hope apple cinnamon pancake mix, and you just add in 2 cups of the pancake mix, and there's probably enough in there for another 2 cups, which I actually thought, it didn't seem like much was in there, so I thought it was going to use up the whole package. And then 1.5 cups of cold water or apple juice, and you can add an egg and 2 tablespoons of melted butter if you wanted to, which I did that as well. Forgot to turn that on. I was thinking it was on because I had the sausage in there. I don't know which bag was which. Oh, that was the green pepper one. In there. And I keep throwing my little scraps in my measuring cup, so that'll be easy to clean up. Try to clean up as I go. That makes such a mess. I don't usually put my eggs in after the sausage, and the eggs looking a little brown, but I'll be alright. Some green pepper and nothing real fancy, but this up. Applesauce. It's still pretty warm, but I'm gonna freeze them anyway. When I go to eat, I'll have the last ones. But good protein. Pancakes are good protein. I don't know if it really matters any, but I try to, if I make a batch up, do it all at once, then it's less at another time that I have to, especially with winter and electric bills and. But if I freeze them, it's less in the future that I have to use my propane or just do it all at once. Get my dogs some eggies too. Every time I have eggs, I make them for the dogs too. They love it. So just a simple breakfast, lunch, what it's going to turn out to be. I did throw an extra egg in there. I don't usually have that many eggs in there. But yeah, it was, I made up a ton of muffins that I was going to donate. And when I went to donate them, they said that, you know, and I did have the sticker on it too, to say that, you know, about allergies just in case. And they were volunteers that were there, so the director wasn't there, and then they said they don't believe that they can accept them, which I totally understand. But it just stinks, to say the least. So I got a million. My daughter came here yesterday and she took a bunch, and I'm going to freeze a bunch. But they told me to call the director on Tuesday and see, and I'm like, well, I don't want to make an issue out of it. I just live and learn. It was my fault. I should have, you know, called before. The thought was there, definitely. So, Waiting for my food to cook here. Oops. Good morning, guys. I think we did a little too much on them. Great. You guys gonna have to wait a bit. An hour. Chop them all up for them. I have 4 little ones and they love eggies, so I just put in like 2 or 3 eggs and I just give it to them. But you have to wait. I'm gonna put it up by the window so you don't have to wait. Okay. Put it all by the window and cool them off. Right? You totally know what I'm saying, right? My child is clone, so these are my next generation children. But they're good. They keep me busy. Sometimes I feel like I got a daycare with the amount of. No, you can't have that. The amount of toys you find everywhere. Spatula here. I hate it when people don't scrape the bowl. So that's pretty good. I mean, they're decent sized pancakes. I mean, obviously depending on the size of your family, but I'll embarrass them. When they say keep it real, it's definitely keeping it real, that's for sure. Oh my word. What do I do with my other? Oh my lord. I'll check your eggs, and they're probably done. I had to get me some butter. My pans here. Some butter. And a smidge of butter on there. Even though there's butter in the pancakes. I like butter. I've stopped drinking soda, but let me have one thing. Let me have my butter. Alright. And then these ones here, I'm going to let them cool. And then I will freeze those up at 2 at a time. Because that's... And then hopefully it'll be less I'll have to use for electricity and propane. But when I don't feel like making breakfast, I have my dogs some eggs this morning. My dogs are going to get their eggs this morning. And then there's my breakfast, which is more than I could eat. So I don't know if I'm going to exactly eat all that, but we will freeze the rest. Not freeze the rest, but I can reheat it if I don't eat it all. So nothing like leftovers at home. That's fine. Well, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was definitely eventful with my dogs here. I got my mixer here because I was making the muffins the other day. But it's all good, and I hope everyone has a great rest of your day, and thank you for joining me. I hope to see you again.